Colliers International. We're a full-service real estate firm, and I'll be presenting a property market overview focusing on office. For the macroeconomic overview, Philippine GDP closed at 6.7% in 2017. The government projects it to be at around 7 to 8% in 2018. Household spending went down to 5.8% due to inflation rates. And exports have gone up due to the rise of global trade again. Manufacturing has accelerated due to domestic demand. Hotels and resorts have gone up due to increase in tourism. The economic drivers that we have are consumer spending, remittances, BPOs, and of course tourism. For consumer spending, this comprises 70% of the country's total GDP, while remittances contributes 10%. For BPOs, Metro Manila was ranked 4th globally, while Cebu was ranked 12th. It actually went down from 8 to number 12 in the last Colliers study. There's also an increase in tourism. By 2018, we project this to be between 10 to 15%. For OFW remittances, this is year-end 2017, this is around 30 billion US dollars. Most of this came from the US, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Japan, UK, and Germany. In terms of BPOs, as of 2016, we had 1.1 million full-time employees, and this is projected to be at around 1.8 in 2022. Now, if you're an end user, now's the best time to buy a property. Lending rates are at a low of 4.1%, while they're at a high of 6.5%. The average mortgage rate is at 6.3%. Our inflation for 2016 was 1.8%, but this almost doubled at 3.2% in 2017. And we expect inflation to rise with Train 1. This administration will provide the golden age of infrastructure. We haven't seen as much infrastructure being built, from recent memory. And this is not just happening in major cities, but all around the country. Here's a snapshot. I'm not sure if this is clear, but here's a snapshot of the infrastructure projects being rolled out right now. For Cebu, we have the bridge, and then of course the expansion of the airport, and the Metro Cebu Expressway from Danao to Naga City. Now, this is an aggressive plan of the government to have the islands interlinked to one another. Now, the longest bridge that they'll build is actually, one of the longest bridges that they'll build is actually the one connecting Cebu to Bohol. This is about 27 kilometers. In terms of residential, Cebu is one of the preferred destination of retirees and expats because you have the comforts of an urban landscape and natural attractions. When I was coming home to Cebu back from 2003 to 2014, you can get from anywhere in Cebu within 30 minutes. Hopefully, with the improved infrastructure, we won't experience the traffic that we're all going through right now. I mean, when I fly to Cebu right now, I oftentimes almost miss my flights from our office in Ayala Center. It would sometimes take me 2 to 3 hours just to get to the airport now. Hopefully that will improve with the infrastructure works with. Okay, in terms of the economy, this just shows you what industries contribute to the economy of the Visayas. So about 38% is industry, that's manufacturing and construction. And then the big black pie over there, 56%, that's actually services. Agriculture is about 6%. Key highlights of Cebu City, we have a 4.6 million population. We've got 130,000 BPO employees. We have graduates of 25,000 every year. Okay, for the office sector, our key observations are, number one, offshore gambling is now emerging. So most of them are going to the Mactan area. BPOs and APOs have sustained demand for 2017, and there is an opportunity for the call center city, which the mayor will be talking about later. Okay, the overall vacancy of Cebu is at 9.7%. However, for Cebu IT Park and Cebu Business Park, it's only at 2 to 2.2%. We see higher vacancy rates in Mactan and Mandaue. Though vacancy may increase to 10 to 11% in the next 2 to 3 years, Cebu Business Park and Cebu IT Park will just have a vacancy of about 4 to 6%, since these are the areas preferred by BPOs. Mactan will most likely be Mactan will most likely absorb most of the offshore gaming companies coming in. These are just the transactions that have occurred in 2017. The offshore gaming companies went to Mactan. The bulk of the transactions are still BPOs, so we have sites, Accenture, and Amazon that took much of the space here in Cebu. This is just the supply forecast from 2017 to 2020. Most of the supply is in Cebu IT Park at 517,000 square meters, followed by Cebu Business Park at 374,000 square meters. Now, in terms of vacancy, as mentioned earlier, the Cebu Business Park and IT Park have the lowest vacancy rates in Cebu at 2.2 and 2.1% respectively. Okay. In terms of rates, the business park ranges between 450 to 900 pesos per square meter. The IT park's rates range between 450 pesos to 650 pesos per square meter, while Mactan ranges between 475 to 550, and Mandaue at 400 pesos to 600 pesos per square meter. Okay, some key observations. There will be opportunities for the call center city, which our good mayor will be discussing later. Offshore gaming is going to Cebu, particularly in the Mactan area. There are more towers within townships. There's actually demand for small office cuts. We're actually marketing a building in the Cebu Business Park called the Buildcom Center, and we just have one small unit available. And most of the space will be taken by companies that needed 150 to 300 square meters only. In Mandaue, you have a building there called the ADG IT Center, which also offers small cuts, as small as 50 square meters to as much as 1,000 square meters per floor. And there's also a demand for flexible workspace. So, yeah. And of course, Cebu will benefit from improved infrastructure work. Hopefully, our traffic will not be as bad as it is now. Thank you.